So tell me, what brings you in today?
Well, happy wife, happy life. No. My wife and several of my friends, I think, are just a tad bit concerned about me.
How so?
Well, I believe they may think somewhat at times I'm a little bit maybe deranged, delusional, unhinged, paranoid, crazy, unstable. I don't know. It's just, it's just all a bunch of absolute nonsense.
Okay. Your wife mentioned something about a parade you attended.
Oh yeah, that 4th of July thing. I was away the last 4th of July. I was driving back from some business thing, and I decided to spend the night in this little town. Instead of driving straight through, I actually forgot it was the 4th until I woke up in the morning and saw flags waving everywhere, and people were running around, and so I asked the waitress at the diner what all the commotion was about, and she said, everybody is getting ready for the parade. I was like, okay. I laughed, but yeah, she was serious. There was gonna be a parade. Well, I didn't have to zoom back home, so I thought, what the hell? Stick around and watch the parade. Could be fun. So I stepped outside and picked a spot. I leaned up against the local Chamber of Commerce office and watched. People were going bananas. They're wearing hats and flag shirts and calling to each other across the street, screaming at one another across the street. It was hilarious. And then the parade starts, and it's like something out of a movie. The local do-gooder of the month in the lead car. He's just waving and calling out to everyone on the street by name. And then the high school marching band, followed by the Boy Scouts, and then people walking their pets, and little kids doing cartwheels, and it was so corny. I laughed out loud. Not that I was laughing at anybody, but because everything was just had these wonderful, simple images about them. Anyway, some guy heard me laugh and he gave me a dirty look. Guess he thought I was making fun of his friends or something. I looked at him to explain, hey man, I'm not laughing at anybody. I'm just enjoying myself. But he turned away from me like he was purposely ignoring me, as if I had been bad, and he was gonna punish me by ignoring me or something. And I thought that because that's just what my Uncle Ed used to do, ignore me when I did something bad, like ask a question he didn't want to answer, and, what? Anyway, I'm staring at this guy because he really looks like my Uncle Ed. Church-going, straight-laced guy who everybody loves. Until he was arrested for embezzling money at work. Yeah, I wonder what this guy was doing that nobody suspected. Then I looked over at this woman wearing this big red hat. She's just smiling and waving at everyone, just the life of the parade. Yeah, life of the parade. She reminded me of one of my teachers, Mrs. Bitcham, the one who all the parents loved because she was so dedicated Well, the students absolutely hated it because he was so fucking mean. And then I looked at the kids in the parade and marching along in their little scout uniforms, and the lead kid, he looked just like Mike Boster, the most two-faced son of a bitch alive. He pretended to be my friend only so that he could get me to tell him some secrets. Which he then told to the whole school. Man, doing the wave up front, he reminded me of my first boss. The one who fired me because I wouldn't let him screw me. Oh, yeah, over there, the girl on the float. She reminds me of my first girlfriend, the one who dumped me at the prom for my best friend. Everywhere I looked, I saw people I knew. Everywhere I looked, I saw. I had to get out of there fast. I tried to walk away, but the crowd on the sidewalk was too thick. I started pushing people and shoving them out of the way. I finally made it to the end of the block, and I just ran down the side street. I hated this town. I hated these phony people. And I hated the fact that I knew every one of them was nothing but an evil liar. I got to my car and I floored it out of town as fast as I could. Took every bit of strength I had not to ram into the marching PTA bitches. Okay, about 10 miles out of town, I started to calm down, but I won't ever go back ever, at least not on the 4th of July. Well, Doc, I don't know, what do you think?